Hello, people. Network has nothing on us this morning, all right? I mean, this evening. Okay, so today we'll be speaking about building a stable financial life. Yes, today we'll be speaking about building a stable financial life. And my name is Onyinye, and I'll be your host this evening on today's live session. I will be talking about building a stable financial life. All right? Okay. Yes. All right. Like I mentioned, my name is Onyinye, and let me just say a little bit of my story. Coming from a family of 6, where I lost my dad when I was quite young, and all I wanted to do was grow up, graduate from school with good results, get a good paying job, and support my mom and my sibling. Fast forward to graduating, and jobs were difficult to get, and seeing myself never surpassing a salary of 100,000 naira. I decided to think outside the box, and I said, okay, you know what? I have to do something different. I have to think outside the box and say, okay, achieve something different from the usual stethoscope of get a good grade, have a good job, and life continues. And then I decided to go into the entrepreneurial space. And trust me to say, it is one journey I have never regretted I started. Okay, before we continue, I want to know where you're calling from. And where you're calling from. I can see you guys. Yes, I can see you guys. Where are you calling from? Before we introduce our guest speaker, I'm sure we're all excited about this evening, right? So before we introduce our guest speaker, we already have her in our midst. So before we do so, where are you calling from? I'd like to meet you guys. Where are you calling from? Quickly. It's time bound, so quickly. So while we are doing that, I'll go ahead and introduce our speaker for today. Okay, awesome. Rehot Cake, Lagos, Kwara State, Lagos, Abuja. Yes. Awesome. It's going to be an amazing time. Delta, Chika from Delta, Kofo from Lagos, Kazim from Lagos. Nice. Good to see you guys. And Moya from Lagos. So the lady I am going to call up on our live session this evening is one woman I respect. She is so much. Yes, her business acumen is top notch. Her persona is one to admire. And trust me, I don't take it for granted that out of her busy schedule, she decided to join us on today's live session. Permits me to call on our live session today no other than Ambassador Mrs. Ronke Koshamani. Okay, you can. Please come on stage. Where are you? Yes, Bravery from Nairobi. While we wait for our host to come on stage, I'm going to celebrate you guys. So Anne from Ogun State. Yes. So yes, as in before she comes on stage, go ahead and show her some love, please. She'll not come, go ahead and show her some love. Yes. Go ahead. Show her some love.
Hi. Hello.
Awesome. Hey. Good to have you here.
Good to be here. Thank you.
So let's hear from you. At least I'm sure you want to hear your voice, right?
Okay. Well, this is actually my second live of the year, so I'm excited. Can you hear me? Is it better?
Our network has not.
Is it better? Let me know if it's better or if I should change my network.
Okay, if I'm finding difficult to hear you. But if you can hear her, so we're sure it's not from my own end.
If you can hear me, let me
know.
Can
you say you can hear Ambassador Roland?
Can you guys hear me? Let me know. You can't hear me at all. Okay, someone says they can hear.
You can hear. It's better.
Okay, yes, we can hear you. Okay, so if we get
okay, I think I know where the issue is from.
Okay.
I think the issue is from me.
Okay.
I think the issue is from me. I'm using a hands-free. So
okay, the rest of us, yes, the rest of us, they can hear. Fantastic.
Awesome. Yes, I was using a hands-free, so
okay,
I wasn't hearing you. Okay. Good
thank
to have
you,
you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Well, it's
yes.
Oh yeah, no. Or should I go ahead or
say something? Just say something. Just say something to us. I'm sure our ears are itching. Want to hear something from you before we start on our financial journey.
I'm actually really excited that more people are taking charge of their life. You know, you guys that are here, you guys are like really special, because if this was a live about maybe relationships or some celebrity went live to talk about something that doesn't make sense, you'll see lots of views and all, but just few people are ready. People talk about how they want to make money, they want to grow financially, they want to, but it's just a dream. Very few people are willing to put in the work and even take out few minutes of their time of scrolling and actually learn stuff. So well done to people that are here anyway. Well done. Well done, to be honest.
Yeah. Kudos to you guys. So much love. So we already got some questions, but if your questions is not here, you can go ahead to write them in the comment section. But I'll be reading out some comments and we'll share our views on the questions that a couple of us have posted on the WhatsApp group and on our DMs. Okay, so I'll go ahead and read this question, which is so someone said, I want to know how to stay motivated when it comes to hitting a goal. I usually start with a lot of fire and lose sight even before 2 weeks is over. This boy does not allow me to share this time.
It's part of it. It's part of it. Okay, how to stay motivated?
Okay, so let me repeat the question again. I want to know how to stay motivated when it comes to hitting a goal. I usually start with a lot of fire and lose sight even before 2 weeks is even over.
Okay. Well, it happens to everybody. It happens to the best of us. Even me. It happens to me as well. It happens to everybody, where you say you're going to do something, you're excited, and then after a while, bam, you stop it. Today, I was doing a training today, and I was asking them how our 2022 goals. Today is first of June already. But there's a video I did is going to be out tomorrow. It's 2nd of June already, I mean. And if you're following your 2022 goals, by now you should have done 40% of your goals if you're following it properly. But most people have not. They start with excitement and then bam, nothing happens. Okay. So what do you do? For me, I set myself up. It's easier to hit goals when you work for somebody else. When you work for somebody else, if you don't hit your goal, you know that either they will give you query, or they'll reduce your salary, or they will sack you, or they will embarrass you. So you are forced to respect yourself and align. But when you work for yourself, it's harder because you set a goal, you meet your goal, nothing happens. You say you make 1 million, you make 500K, nothing happens. So what I do most times is I set myself up, I declare it. I tell everybody. So if, for example, I want to buy, let's say, a house, for example, I say before so time, I'm going to buy my first house. Okay, that's how I even bought my second house. I told one of my friends, I said, guy, before age 30, I want to buy my second house. And he was like, and I called him in January. My birthday is in March. And I'm sure in his mind is like, wrong care. But he just said, encourage. Just like you have friends that encourage you. He just said, okay, no, I'll hold you accountable. And because I had told him that, I was forced to do it. I was forced to work hard, do what I needed to do in the business, raise the money, and then when it was time, I was able to buy. I didn't pay for everything, but I was just put a deposit payment. But if I had not told him to hold me accountable, I wouldn't have done that. So if you have a goal, tell someone to hold you accountable, because we don't respect ourselves. Most people don't respect themselves. Most people, you are okay. You don't like disappointing other people, but you can disappoint yourself easily, and you don't care. So that's one thing I do to hit my goals. I set myself up, and when I set myself up, most times I end up doing, because I don't want to have to start telling you why I wasn't able to hit my goal. Nah. Okay, so that's it. That's one thing that helps me.
Okay. So Enquire will say, give yourself coping mechanism. I would say coping mechanism in a way of when you set your goals, give yourself a reward and a punishment. So if you don't hit that goal, you punish yourself. If you hit the goal, you reward yourself.
That
you
makes
get that. So let's dive into the next question. Okay, so someone said, what do you do when you feel constantly stuck at a level, and how do you transform to hit the next goal? I think it's similar to what we discussed, but just
okay.
Even when you throw your whole self at the goal.
Okay. Well, the truth of the matter is, I'll say a couple of things. I'll do a little background, then I'll answer the question. The first thing, since it's a financial meeting, you have to understand where you're coming from. You see, I don't know, some of you have wealthy parents, some of you have plan A, plan B, plan C. Oh, if I don't succeed in this job, I can get a job in UN, I can get my father can be a senator, my whatever. You have options. That is why you set a goal, you don't meet it, and you're okay. That is why you can be demotivated. That is why you run, and you stop. Some of us don't have plan B. Some of us, we are people's plan A and B and C. I mean, we are people's plan A and B. So we cannot even afford not to hit our goals. We can't even afford to fail. Yes, we fail once in a while, but we have to stand up and start running. So the first thing I'm going to say is understand where you're coming from. Sometimes people forget where they're coming from. Let me get comfortable. Sometimes people forget where they're coming from. You know, maybe you get comfortable. Maybe you made some money, and then you now forget where you are coming from. Hey, me, I know where I'm coming from, and I don't want to go back there. So the thought of where I'm coming from keeps me going. So that's one thing. Understand where you're coming from. Number two, let go of your limiting thoughts. Many people think that for you to become wealthy or for you to be financially stable or so, somebody has to suffer before you climb. You hear people saying things like, it's someone who passed with a very nice, beautiful Maserati or a nice car. You say, that person, I'm sure is a Yahoo boy. That woman, I'm sure she's sleeping with men. That's your mentality is already bad. Yes, your mentality is already for somebody to be wealthy. They have to be stealing, sleeping around, doing Yahoo or something. It means that you can never be rich. Why? Because your mental framework already feels that money comes with doing something bad, so you will never be wealthy. So you have to let go of those limiting beliefs. Also, some people believe that there's a limit to how they can go. Maybe growing up where your parents or where you're coming from, they didn't pass a certain limit. So you now begin to think that you yourself are limited. You need to understand that there is literally no limit. There are people that are making money from Instagram. There are people that are making money from YouTube.
Right.
As in, this era, if you're not making money, you have yourself to blame more. Because there is so much, as in, people are making money. Influencers, like what the hell does that even mean? Somebody, their job is influencing. As in, what's your job? I'm an influencer. And people are paying them money. So you literally don't have an excuse. So let go of your limiting beliefs. You know, so those things, if you can work, because
I'll say people just
yes, because I sincerely believe that success and failure starts from the mind. That's what I think. If you think you're going to fail mentally, you're going to fail. If you think you're going to succeed, you're going to succeed. It is in the mind. So you have to first of all get rid of that. Let your mindset be right first before it will actually start translating. So so are some things that may help out.
I'm sure somebody will be asking, how do I get my mindset right? Go and read books, expose yourself to people who are above you. Expose yourself to people who are above you in the financial place you want to get to. Get a mentor. Go on YouTube. If you don't have the finances to get a mentor, read their books. Yes, read their books or give services to who you see as a mentor. Okay, let's dive into the next question because we don't want to sleep on Instagram this night. So someone asked, what's your take on spending
without a budget? It will end in tears. Let me be honest with you guys there. I got a shocker. I think last year. There's something my company used to do where they won't show you how much you've made also. You have to calculate it manually. And then they just came up one day, created a system where you will see how much money you have made. I nearly went crazy. When I saw how much I had made in, I think 4 years, I was like, Jesus, where did all this money go? And it's because I used to spend like, I don't know, I used to spend like a fool. And somebody will say, are you calling yourself a fool? I was a fool before, yes. I was a fool. Money comes, you spend. Money comes, you spend. Some of you are business people. You don't know the difference between profits, loss, income. As it's just coming, it's just going. Some of you are looking at me to shock you how much money, if you print your statement, one time we were going to the embassy and then my husband and I had to print our bank statement. When I printed my bank statement, I was ashamed. I said, this money, hey, Nibolo, I think, where is it? Where did it go? Who spent it? You know, so if you spend money without a budget, you are shooting yourself in the foot. Like, you can't even afford to do that. Things are too hard in Nigeria for you to be spending money without thinking. Except, number one, it's an emergency. You know, emergencies come, you have to solve them. Except maybe, yeah, which you don't have control over. Except maybe it's a business opportunity that can change your life. Like, there are exceptions. But you don't spend, maybe you see one fine shoe, you like, you can't buy the shoe. You see one hair, they say they are doing sales, you can't buy, no. You can't afford to spend money like that, but you'll never be wealthy. Yeah. I'm telling you.
Okay, so this is the next question. What ways do you think youths and women can make extra income generally based on your past experience?
Okay, youth and women. To be honest, I'm going to be very honest, and I really don't care if people agree or not. Yes.
Give it to us. No.
When people say, I know that people may go through a tough time, but when people say, I don't have money, I don't have a job because I'm applying and I'm not getting jobs, or I'm broke because I don't understand it, to be honest. Because I feel like if you have hands, except you are blind and you are deaf and you don't have hands or something, if you have eyes, if you're okay, hustle, do something, cook something. Are you following? Cook. The one thing I learned in school is that if you want to make money, look around and say, what are people missing? What are people missing? If you have kids in your area, teach them mathematics. Like, I don't understand when people are broke for a long period of time. You can be broke for a short period. But yes, I don't get how somebody can be broke for 6 months, 7 months, 8 months, 1 year, and you don't have any disability. Like, you're okay. It doesn't make any sense to me. Do something, cook something, wash something. The problem is that this our generation, Gen Z, what's our own generation? What's our generation? Whatever, what's our own name? Gen Z is the latest one. I don't even know her name. This generation, they want to do clean things. Millennials, they want to do clean things. They don't want to get their hands dirty. They don't want to wash. They don't want to hustle. They don't want people to see them on the street talking and all those things. Because I don't. For me, there's no excuse, and there's no excuse. And I know somebody told me that, because I have the hustling spirit.
But
there's no excuse,
it's not funny how if they leave this country,
yes.
to
if they japa, yes. If they japa, they will wash the plates, they'll sweep the floors, they'll work in mortuary, take care of old people. But because they're scared of doing it here because they don't want people to see them. They don't want people to see them hustling. See that person that you are worried about. What if I'm submitting my CV up and down, or what if I'm hawking, I'm cooking somewhere, and then somebody sees me? See, hey God, the money you will make is clean. The money you make is not dirty. Nobody will see when you eventually start. Oh God, when you eventually start chilling and living with the big boys, nobody will remember your hustle. Do you understand? There are times that when we started, we will stand on the we'll share questionnaires, share flyers and all. Right now, when we travel and do all these things, will anybody remember the hustle? No, nobody will remember. So please, guys, millennials. Yes, I'm telling you, millennials, don't be scared to get your hand dirty. No job, don't be scared of your hustle. No work, nothing is too small. Let's say, for example, you make clothes. See, the mistake they make now is you make clothes, for example, or you sell shoes or whatever. You're advertising only on Instagram. Are you okay? In the words of Lasisi, are you normal? No, who says are you normal? I forgot to say, are you okay? How? You're doing business and it's only on Instagram you're posting. You need to use your legs. You need to walk around. You need to submit your cards. You need to tell people. You go somewhere. Let's say you make clothes. You see a guy. Okay, my friend is here. He makes clothes. You see a guy. You say, guy, you look sharp. I make clothes. Oh, I'm very affordable and all that. Network, meet people. You can't sit down. Hey God, if some people are not ready, some people are not ready. You're not ready.
No,
and I hope I'm not being too harsh.
That's why they say you need to be hungry.
Yes.
You need to be No. That's why this life is here.
Yeah.
We need to be hungry and we need to be harsh.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay. Are you guys enjoying this life? If you are, give us some love. If you have questions, please don't forget to
It's someone say hit us.
yes,
Okay, I'll
so
hit
we're going
you.
to hit it to you
That's
back to
good.
back. Yeah, so I'll post the questions if you have any while we're taking the
Okay.
ones we have here. All right. Okay. Our next question here is somebody said I save money a lot but end up spending it on unnecessary things. What will you advise him or her to?
First of all,
Save money and
I
spend it on unnecessary
understand
things.
because I was in those shoes for a long time. Where you save money, oh, and then you
Exactly.
spend it. See what I did there. Save money for a
Yeah.
purpose. Save money for a project, right? Don't just save money for saving sake. Because see, I used to say, some people say save money in an account that you don't have the ATM. Me, then I will go to the bank. I will line up and I'll collect that money. So that is
And
and I'll spend it. So that thing doesn't work for me. It
does
doesn't
not
work.
work.
So what do you do? What I did was that I found somebody that had integrity. And I was saving with the person. Because I tried saving in the bank, it did not work. I tried, it did not work. So I found out, don't give it to your friend though. Let me tell you how you do it. I found somebody that was making much more money than me, number one. Number two, he has integrity. So I was saving my money, and I'm not talking hundreds of thousands, a lot of money.
Making
more money and have integrity. Those two things, though. Don't go and say you are saving money with your friend. Don't go and say Ronke said you should save money with your friend. I did not say that one. No. It will end in tears, premium tears. I gave him the money. He was making more money than me. He had integrity. So I knew that even if he spends it safe, when I need it will come from his back pocket. So I don't care. And that was how I was able to buy my first house. I'm not joking. That was how I was saving money with him, saving money, because bank doesn't work for me. And then eventually, when the opportunity came by God's grace, I was able to say, please send me the money and all that. And I bought it. If I wasn't saving money with him, I would not have, I wouldn't have been able to do that. That's number one. Number two, those that have trust issues.
And now,
yes.
after achieving that goal, you know that for you to now save will now become easy.
Yes, it's now easier because you know what you can do when there's spare cash, right? And then the second way you can save is the I don't know, piggy vest. I don't know how strong it is, but I use that for small. No, safe lock. There's something called safe lock. I tried piggy vest. I used to collect the money and you know, when you want to break money from piggy vest, you collect the money and then you pay. I used to pay. I was so bad before. But then I started doing safe lock. But I don't save big money. They're just maybe small rent and little things. So piggy vest, that one works for a particular time. So let's say your rent is going to come in let's say August, for example, right? And you're making, let's say, 500K per month, and your rent is, let's say, 2 million. You can start saving like 200K, 200K, pending when the rent comes, and then you do. If not, family members will call you emergency. Somebody's uncle's father swallowed shovel, and you have to pay for it.
What's helping me? What's helping me is actually
saving in dollars. Oh, really? That's another thing.
I'll not lie.
That makes sense.
What's helping me. Because I know the stress of going to the bank to go and withdraw that money.
Should I confess? Should I confess?
Okay.
I tried that dollar kilo. I went, I collected it, I changed it. I said, no, my own was bad. But if dollar, many people work because before you start going to the bank, go and line up, go and whatever, and sometimes they'll tell you they don't have the money. So that's a very good. Yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense. And because dollar is rising.
So someone is saying piggy vest.
Yeah, piggy vest.
Someone said piggy vest.
Yeah, it does. It helps.
Yeah. So.
Okay, someone says it helps. Okay, like 2 people have said it. Find what works for you. Find what works for you, and make sure you're disciplined. Find what works for you. Yeah.
Okay, our next question. So someone said, another person said you both are financially powerful women, and they'll be like to know if you are doing anything for other women to grow financially. But let me read this again. Someone said we are both financially powerful women, and they'll like to know if we're doing anything for other women to grow financially. Of course. we have the Amazon project. So visuals
Yeah,
from the Amazon.
the Amazon. We have we both do the same business, like when I with the Amazon project, right? And with the Amazon project, we show people how to make money. We show people how to do what we're doing. So that's what we do, you know. So we're actually in the actively daily showing other women, helping them to actually make money through the Amazon project. We do that every day, training them and mentoring them, right? But I want to put a caveat. I want to say something because there may be somewhere where that question came from. So I want to address that, please. Entitlement. There's a video on my Instagram I wrote about entitlement. When people see other people doing okay financially, I'll say okay. Their thought is, they are doing well. How are you helping other people to do well? Come and help us. No, that mentality is bad. Nobody owes you jack. It's to limit you. No, who helped us? Who helped? Okay, yes, we have some mentors that helped us, but still, we still help ourselves. Do you understand? So don't have that mentality of if somebody is doing well, if somebody is doing well financially, they are supposed to help other people. Why are they not helping? No. Because the moment you have that, you don't even have that mentality. That may not be where you're coming from. I'm just saying because somebody else may have that entitlement mentality and all that. Nobody owes you anything. Nobody owes you jack. You yourself can make your own way. Those people that are doing very well. I know someone who is a senator, and then somebody was telling me about the person that he doesn't help people, he doesn't do this, he doesn't do anything, blah blah blah. And I asked him, I said, who helped that man?
His own money.
The guy sent himself to school, university, secondary school, he grew, now he's a senator, you want him to help you. Who helped him? So I told the person, I said, remove that mentality. Where were you when he was helping? So don't be entitled. I just thought to share that, but practically through our business, La Buena Vida Amazon project, we actually help people to be financially free. We do it. So you can reach her or reach me. We do it. Okay? All right, next question. If I didn't enjoy, I really need to get their feedback. I'm not seeing enough comments. If you've gotten value so much, drop in the comment section what you have. Just say one thing you have learned from this little tete-a-tete. Just say one thing you have learned. Okay, royalties, says no one owes you nothing, okay? What else? What else? Just drop one or two things that you have learned. One or two things that you have learned so that we know that we're not just yarning. Yes, we know you're following. Okay. Save. Okay, value. Okay, that's nice. Saving in dollars. Awesome. Okay, don't be entitled. Okay, good. Okay, you can continue. They're following.
Okay, awesome. Okay, so what advice will you give to a newbie in business? But
please, speak first.
That question is a bit vague. That question is a bit vague because you want to ask which business. So I want to just narrow it to our business, so that we have a couple of partners here already. So I'm sure they'll also want to know the response to this question.
Okay. Yes.
Vivian.
Okay, is it me? Are you talking on my who is talking? I should go ahead.
No,
okay. What's the question? How do you succeed a newbie in the business?
Let me repeat myself again. What advice do you give a newbie in business?
Okay, in business.
So it's a bit.
Okay, well, the good thing is that business is general.
So that's why I said let's
our own business. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, the first thing I'll say is, okay, two things. Number one, don't quit. Don't quit. See, I said one of the other day on my Instagram, I said the main cause of failure for business people is quitting. Don't quit. See, business is hard. It's easier to just sit down and tell you and work in the office and they're paying you salary. It's easier. But so doing your own business, especially in Nigeria, is hard. But it's worth it. Nobody's pushing you by yourself. You're doing things by yourself. So it's not easy. Entrepreneurship anywhere is hard. But guess what? It is worth it. It's very, very worth it. So that's the first thing. Don't quit. The second thing I'm going to say is be in it for the long term. Give yourself a long-term mentality, okay? So the problem most times is that people start a business and then they want to make it immediately. You see somebody, okay, you see Vivian now on on the screen. You're saying, this woman is doing very well. I want to be like her. You see her white car. You see her doing well. You're like, hey, I want to be like you. And then you start, and it's not so easy, and then you go and quit. No, it took her years. I remember 2016 when we started. When you start a business, have a long-term goal, not just a short-term goal, because people normally overestimate what they can do in a short period of time, but they underestimate what they can do in a long period of time. So those are two things I would do. Obviously, there are other things like, so you can add.
Something. Can you remember when we gave ourselves targets in 2017, when we said, okay, we hit so goal, the 6 figure, one very, very, I'll call it miserable goal.
Yeah.
Now,
it was massive.
Top-notch goal. And we said, if we hit this goal, we're going to go to Dubai. And now,
I remember
traveling all around the world.
We're planning a girls' trip, and then Dubai then was like, hey, Dubai, yeah, how we get there? Which money? But it's happening, yeah. So you have to. So imagine if we quit. And there are many people who started a business with us, but they quit along the way. They started and they quit. Yes.
Yes, they're nowhere found. Yeah. Okay. If you continue on this,
I'm telling you, just take maybe 2 more questions.
Okay. Give us some practical things to do to make money. I think we've mentioned that. But
practical things to do to make money. Okay. Okay. First of all, whatever you're currently doing, be faithful in it. Whatever you're currently doing, be faithful in it. That's the first thing I'll say. If you're working for somebody, be faithful. Most people, millennials and Gen Zs, they just do enough to get paid until they're not sacked. Wherever you are right now, start there. See, tomorrow, if your boss wants to promote somebody, they won't promote you because you are fine or you have bone straight. They will look for who resumes the work on time, who leaves, who closes late, who is always saying, oh, I want to do this, give me work. Who is the ITK? That's the person that they're going to promote. So wherever you are, start from being faithful. Give value where you are first. The second thing is find other businesses to do. And that's one thing Onyinye and I have. We have another business you can do on the side. You can chat out, contact me up. Find other businesses to do. Nigeria is too hard to depend on one source of income. It will not work. Hey, because guess what? Rent is increasing. Dollar is going down. Your salary is not increasing. Very few people are increasing their full salary. So you must find something else to do to make money. You know what I mean? Number 3, get a mentor, get a coach. Find people who are succeeding in your area. Find out, what did you do? I want to be like you. Learn from them. Copy and paste whatever it is they're doing. And then you get there. So those are some things you need to do. And obviously save. We already spoke about savings. It's not about how much money you make, but how much money you can keep. There are some of you here. Let me use Mr. A and Mr. B. You guys made the same amount of money last year. But Mr. A is richer. Why? Because he saved money. He didn't squander the money. So that's one major thing. It's not about just making money, but you must learn how to keep it. Don't live beyond your means. You see somebody using a bone straight. You know that right now you cannot afford that bone straight. Don't buy it. Leave it. Leave it. Do your braids like that. Whenever you can afford it, buy. Save. 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 For now, in the future, it will run away. In the future, you can do it. Yes, so I think that will also help.
Okay, so our last question for today's live session will be, where's the question again? Okay, some financial disciplines. There's few financial disciplines we can do. I'm sure we've answered this question in
indirectly.
Other questions, but just to wrap up, like a summary of what we've discussed, just to wrap up.
Financial discipline. I think there's something I learned from one of my friends, and he says, outwork everybody. If people are closing at 6 o'clock, close at 7, close at 8. If people are doing 2 adverts, do 3, do 4. If people are only advertising on Instagram, you advertise on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. If people are not walking around selling their products, you walk around. Outwork. Find what people are doing and do more than them. That's one discipline that will actually help you. Just outwork. You may think that nobody's looking at you. You may think that nobody's looking at you. You may look like you are wasting your time, but trust me, somebody's watching. And when it is time for you to be recognized and lifted, you will. So that's it.
Compound effect.
Yeah.
Compound effect.
So that's one thing. Mm.
Okay. So I'm sure we all enjoyed this
Yeah.
live session. I'm super excited to have you and to have done this
Thank
live session with
you.
you.
Thank
I'm
you.
sure okay. It's good to
Thank
have you
you.
here. Okay, you guys, show us some love as we come to the end of today's live session. Do you guys have any questions? I'm
We've
sure we
answered. If
answered
they
a
still have
couple
few
of
questions,
questions.
we'll not
Do you
leave
have
here
any
today.
questions? As well, don't worry. Just go to our comment section and write your questions, and we'll answer them directly
Yes.
to you. All right? Okay. Have a splendid night, people, and see you guys
Bye.
in our next post.
Our next live, yeah. All right, bye.
Bye.
Love you guys. Yeah.
Yeah. Bye.